Hi everyone, today we're going to be showing you how to cook a whole steamed rockfish with fresh cut ginger and green onions. And this is actually a traditional Cantonese recipe. So during the Lunar New Year, steamed whole fish is often served to symbolize prosperity and abundance and good fortune for the year ahead. So if you've been a Forager customer for a little while, you'll certainly be familiar with rockfish in the form of fillets. And rockfish fillets are great. They make the best fish tacos on the planet. We love rockfish fillets. But as popular as rockfish fillets are here on the West Coast, serving the rockfish whole is just really underrated and underutilized, at least here in the US. You're going to want to be mindful of the spines on the dorsal fins and the pelvic fins of these rockfish when you're handling them. They're slightly venomous and could sting you. So if you want, you can just cut the fins off entirely and then you don't have to worry about them. And any whole rockfish that you purchase from us is going to be cleaned and descaled by the time it gets to you. But we thought we'd show you that process in case you ever have fish of your own that you've caught and want to cook whole. The first step is to descale the fish. We're actually using brushes that are used to brush horse's hair. Believe it or not, they actually make for the perfect fish descaler. But if you don't happen to have a horse brush lying around your house, just the backside of your kitchen knife is going to work just fine. And then we'll show you footage of Jack gutting a different rockfish because my attempt was pretty horrendous, to be honest. Cut all the way up to the chin, and then from there you can just easily separate the body from where it connects with the gills just using your hand. You can remove all those gills and organs with your hand, using a spoon to scoop out the bloodline. Give it a good rinse, and then this is how it's gonna come prepared to you, our customer, wrapped up in butcher paper, descaled, cleaned, ready to go, ready to cook. Thanks, Jack. Jack's a pro. Alright, now that your fish is ready to cook, first thing you're going to want to do is pat it as dry as you can. Then you're going to want to score the flesh on both sides. This is going to allow it to cook a lot more evenly. And you can see here, I'm adding a little bit of salt. This is totally optional. Keep in mind that the sauce we're going to add later at the end is going to be quite salty. It's going to be a soy sauce based sauce. So see, what I did here was use my green onions to sort of make a bed to lay the fish down on. For me, I've just found that it keeps the side of the fish that's resting on the steamer from getting stuck to it while it cooks, so the skin's not going to peel away once you take your fish out. Then you're going to add your fresh ginger. You can see here I'm putting it all on top. Some people like to stuff the body cavity of the fish with the green onions and the ginger. Really just whatever you prefer. Now you're ready to add your fish to a pot with several inches of boiling water. You want to make sure you have enough water that it's not going to evaporate during the cooking process, and then reduce that to as low of a simmer as possible. Now while that's cooking, we can make our sauce. Mine here is just super simple, just soy sauce, sugar, and white pepper. I think more traditionally, people will also add mirin or white wine vinegar and sesame oil and bring that to a simmer in a pan, but I just didn't really feel like doing all that. Then you're going to want to add about 3-ish tablespoons of any high smoke point cooking oil, and we're going to use this to drizzle on top of the fish, and it's going to be awesome. After about 10 to 15 minutes, we can check if our fish is done by sticking a fork through the deepest part of the flesh. If it goes in and out with no resistance, it's fully cooked. And honestly, I way overcooked mine, and it was still delicious. By adding the sauce onto the plate around the fish rather than directly onto the fish itself, we can prevent the skin from becoming too soft and chewy. Make it look nice for the camera. Now add some fresh, thinly sliced ginger and green onion. And unfortunately, I don't have smell-o-vision, so to experience just how good this smells as the hot oil hits those aromatics, you're just going to have to cook this for yourself. And there you have it, Cantonese style steamed whole rockfish. Fresh, sustainably caught, and delicious. That's the Forager way, baby.